Welcome back. Right, we're going to take a look at the 240 at Warwick. We'll get the price guide up for that in a second. We've already had the selection from Melissa. Let's take a look at that. Now, Glenn's Melody. I always say that I think Willie Mullins brings his horse over just to gauge how well they are in compared to the horses geared towards Cheltenham. I think he may be doing the same today with Glenn's Melody. We had a similar race last week. With a Willie Mullins horse, although this one does have the form and has won well here and actually won this race last year. So in many regards we'll take all the beating, but as Melissa mentioned, Mickey at the bottom of the table there on 6-1 has got some weight from Glenn's Melody and could well be the danger. Not been as good this season. Mayfair Music, as Melissa said, is one of the untapped ones in as much that it ran really well the time before last, and if it can get that form going today, could be a danger. And Nicky Henderson had a couple of good winners yesterday, and he may just be coming back into a bit of form. I know he's had a number of hurdle winners, but he's not had a chase winner for some time. But I think today Mayfair Music is a good each way bet, as Melissa's pointed out. But Glenn's Melody is definitely the one to beat in that race. Right. Let's talk. We're going to get Matt Mitter, who's live at Newbury, on the phone in a second. But we've got more of those jumper doubles and nifty 50s. Yeah,
we certainly do indeed. And if you're looking for a dead cert out in the Twitter world for anyway, we have at least got Milan Bound. Now, everybody in Twitterland is saying that Milan Bound is one of their picks. So there you go. If you are looking for a dead cert and you're looking for answers from Twitter, that one might be just the one for you. If you want to join in on our tweets at the moment, you could win yourself £30 or £50. You have to pick two from the jumper doubles at Newbury at the 150 or 335 at Newbury, or 4 winners, no odds on, from the 6 races at Cheltenham. Let's just go through. Brian Braidwood, thank you so much for your tweets. He has picked his nifty 50 and he's gone for Closing Ceremony as one of his choices. The Beisherman, I hope I'm saying that right. Milan Bound, again, everybody is on Milan Bound at the moment. Richie Stewart picking Milan Bound for his jumper double. Matthew Kirby again picking Milan Bound. And Toon Cookie picking Milan Bound. I mean, Pete, it seems like Milan Bound's the choice out there, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And what we're going to do from next week, if you are a winner of that, just wanted to point out, there are multiple winners. We have to do a sudden death. But if you are a winner, we'll get you on the phone next week. You can say how well you spent that money. We did have actually Newbury tickets that we gave away today, and they were kindly donated by Newbury Racecourse. And we've got Matt Mitter, who's live from Newbury now. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Peter. Morning, Kerry.
Yeah, good morning, Matt. Just very quickly, we run a competition in the week, and have you met the guys yet, or they?
No, not as yet, but we will get round to that. I spoke to him on the phone yesterday, really looking forward to the day, but he's certainly going to come on the phone on Valuators Class Act on Tuesday at 6 p.m. to tell us all about the day then.
OK, well, fantastic. Now, during the week, we previewed this race, and we spent about 20 minutes on it, and you gave a tip up, and it's a non-runner. So where do we start with today? I'm very hot on one in this race, and I think you are as well. Should we start at the top? Calypso.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get straight down to it. And this Calypso, I did do the show in the week, and I actually missed a couple of points. I thought this horse probably was vulnerable, first of all, looking at the race on his way, but I just missed a really important form line, I feel. I mean, that race we're talking about at Cheltenham, which was on the 18th of October with Tiger Row. I mean, Tiger Row hasn't really gone on since then. I don't believe Tiger Row's shown that level of form since then. But when you look at that race, Ballygasson catches my eye in third. They come a long way clear of that horse. 19 lengths they came clear of Ballygasson. And Ballygasson came out the time after, admittedly slightly up in trip, but was behind Faheen. If you take a strict line of that form, you've got actually this Calypso coming sort of 3 lengths behind the likes of Faheen, and also in that race at Ascot was Hintermint, and Ballygasson and Hintermint can't come out the same kind of horse. So that puts Calypso not far behind the Elite Hurdle winner, and off a mark of 143, I'm now starting to feel this Calypso might be a seriously well-handicapped horse, and indeed, I can see him coming down to the last without having to come off the bridle.
And the interesting thing here is, Matt, that the horse is actually entered for the Champion Hurdle.
Absolutely. I've had myself, there was 100 to 1 on Betfair. I helped myself too. I mean, I'd urge anyone that if you're gonna thinking of backing him today, then just go and have a bit of that 66 to 1, because let's not forget Paul Nicholls, his trainer, did this with Arcandor and went straight to the Champion Hurdle. And if I've got this horse right from a handicap point of view, he will be going to the Champion Hurdle after this.
How interesting did you find the fact that the hood's been put on?
Yeah, that is I see that as a positive. I mean, in the Racing Post, it says tongue-tie on for the first time. That actually isn't correct. The tongue-tie was on last time at Cheltenham behind Tiger Roll, but the hood is an interesting addition. I mean, we touched on it in the week on Tuesday that if I had to crab this horse at all, is that he's such a strong travelling horse that when he actually comes off the bridle, he flatters to deceive a little, but you just think he's going to go and quicken away. He hasn't done that in his races. In fact, he got caught by Tiger Roll last time, and I'm just wondering that's the reason why the hood's gone on.
And they've obviously had a breathing operation there as well. But how possibly can Activel reverse the form? I watched the race over with you, and I've watched it over, and Calypto won doing handstands, really. It was an easy 3.5 lengths, yet today the level weights. It
was. And I mean, Activel, of course, has been punished for finishing third in the Ladbroke Hurdle and went up £6 for that. So you can see that the reason Calypto not being out since the beginning of the season, of course, he's avoided the handicapper since then, so that's probably why he is still a handicap. I agree with you, Peter, that I just can't see Activel reversing that form. They met him at Newbury before, and Calypto ran all over it and made him look really silly that day until he came off the bridle, did it very easy, and Activel got back to him. And just quickly again with Calypto, just another form line, when he ran against his older horses at the back end of last season, let's not forget what he beat that day, Calypto. He beat Little John. He was given a lot of weight to for 5 lengths, who's been behind Dan Ravensword, and a certain Seedling in third. 10 lengths he beat that horse off level weight. Seedling himself has been winning races. I've now got it rated around the 150 mark. So again, more proof pointing towards Calypto being an extremely well-handicapped horse. And we did point out that in the week that Sign of Victory wouldn't run if it's soft. It's obviously going to be a bit test in there. There's some others to talk about, though, very quickly. Jolly's Cracked It and Facino Rustico, who, in my opinion, won an egg and spoon race at Newcastle. Don't know why there's so much money for that. We said that we'd run around the studio naked if that one won. Well, I didn't actually say that. That's just made that clear. I didn't say that. That was you, Peter. But right. Jolly Cracked It and Facino Rustico, if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. I just can't have either of them. I don't think they are much on the handicapper. I think they're poorly priced, and for me, they both should be 33 to 1, the pair of them, if not a little bit bigger. I couldn't possibly have them for this race. One I was interested in, though, to be honest with you, was On Tour. Evan Williams. Yeah. I watched that back, and it was cruising 2 from home. Obviously, when it was pushed out, it ran a bit green, but I thought it was quite an easy win at Haydock, and there could be some improvement with On Tour. I don't know what you think. Yeah, absolutely. I can see him. He looks a well-handicapped horse. Like you said, I mean, Paul Maloney was taking a pull coming out of 2 out. He was going ever so well. The form as such is quite strong for Class 2 company. I mean, Dalaran was in that race back in 4th, and one of Paul Nichols, Moroto Balule, was in 3rd, who'd come out and ran 2nd to a useful enough horse of Harry Fry's at Newbury. Let's not remember, for me, this is a Grade 3 race. This is why the likes of Calypto have already proven it in Grade 1 level, obviously in a Triumph. And for me, On Tour, he's got to prove, has he got the class for this sort of race? That's my doubt with him, but undoubtedly, he's a well-handicapped horse. OK, Matt, before you go, I think we're pretty strong on one here, but tell us, viewers at home, what you're going for. Absolutely, Calypto, and I just shop around. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's an each-way bet. I'm just going to be backing it straight win myself. But for an insurance's point of view, you can get 5 places, and the 7 to 1 is absolutely, you can go and help yourself. OK, and finally, before you go, anything around the country that you've taken your eye, or is it just that one? Just that one for today. I thought today, especially my eyes are all at Newbury, and I thought the card had a real trappy feel to it. But the main point, for me, all today, it's all about Calypto. And then do tune in to obviously the Variators Class Act at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, because I will be reviewing this Betfair Hurdle, and I'm also going to have another look. I've re-looked at the Champion Hurdle, and I've also found some more value in there. OK, thank you very much indeed, Matt, for that. And he done well in plugging his show, didn't he? Twice in that one phone call. We like that. Like that. Absolutely. There is one more race that we need to take a look at. Newbury, 3 o'clock. We can't go without talking about Sire de Grugy return. And Mr. Mole up against him. Sire de Grugy has a number of pounds in hand, and it will be great to see Sire de Grugy back. 4 Group 1 times it's won, a winner of the Queen Mother Chase, mark of 172, and if it's back to its best, should win this very easily. Mr. Mole is a reformed character, Mr. Mole, but I think Sire de Grugy, there's a lot of shorties today, but Sire de Grugy for me is an absolute certainty.
Right, OK. Kiri, for the last time.
For the last time, indeed. Well, that's interesting because on Twitterland, Mr. Mole looks like the pick. So that's an interesting pick for you out there. Now, just to go through as well, because we've just been talking about Warwick. Remember, this going is soft out there. There was frost on the ground earlier on this morning. Covers were down, but the frost is cleared. And apparently it was -3 this morning at Warwick. So it's going to be a chilly day down there. Thank you so much for joining us on the Twitter. Phil Perks, Stevie Power, the Baishman, Brian, putting the work in. He's chosen Milan Band as well and Castle Cheetah. I mean, we could be here forever with all your tweets. So thank you so much. Keep them coming in. We'll make sure we get through all of those. OK, well, I think I should fill my boots on Milan Bound. But what we'll do is I've got my selections, and my selections will come up on the screen. Hopefully they'll come up as Finch's flies. If not, I'll say them. I'm gone for Ublo de Sabo. I hope I pronounced that right. That's how you say it.
Newbury 225. Side Grugy, the 3 o'clock at Newbury. And Calypso seems very strong as well from Matt, 335. That's the Betfair Hurdle. Have those in a treble, and hopefully we can all have good profits throughout the day. Right, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed our squeeze 30-minute show. Thank you very much indeed, Kiri, for the Twitter corner. Thank you at home as well, and keep those competition entries running in. And after this show, we've got Tip TV. You've had the best racing bets of the day. It's time now to get the best football bets of the day with Tip TV. We'll see you again on Saturday next week. Take care.